Alright, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the next match of the Sevens in Toulouse, and this one should be a very exciting one. Number 1 ranked Australia taking on number 6 ranked Fijiana for the Women's Sevens. So I'm excited to see who does end up getting the win here. It is going to be Parky, Hines, Madison Levi, Kaslik, Detoy, Ashby, and Faith Nathan. They were able to get themselves a very big win over the South Africa women's side in the first round of the competition. Then it is Nagasau, Solokoveti, Donu, Naimasi, Nokothi, Kavuru, and also Aluna Sau. Ripi Aluna Sau, she has been brilliant in every game of sevens that she's played over the past about 12 months or so. And I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do up against the number 1 ranked Australia. So Australia, they have been looking very good recently. They have been able to win competition after competition after competition. But now, Fiji, I feel like if there's any side that can really cause an upset in a group stage match, it is the Fijiana side. We will have to wait and see exactly how this one goes. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who you think will be able to win this match. It is the South African referee in charge of this one, Ashley Murray Pretorius, for her 33rd or 43rd match. In fact, it is, but it's 27 degrees at the moment in Toulouse. It's a hot afternoon, and I'm hoping that it will be a lot of tries scored throughout the next 14 minutes of this game. Off the bench, they've got Shani Williams, Demi Hay, Lily Dick. Also, it is going to be Tegan Levi and Southwell, whereas for Fiji, they have definitely got some very good options, such as Rewa, but this kickoff is just about to happen. Australia kicking off short, and by short, I mean very short. Went about 5 metres, and they will have to go back to halfway now for the quick tap in favour of Australia. Or sorry, quick tap in favour of Fiji. They won't mind that too much. Means that they do get the first position in this matchup. And the Fijiana side, Nagasau, she's looking concentrated as ever, ready to go. Fiji have never defeated Australia on the World Series, and go Charlotte, and there says Sebastian. So she is, of course, a fan favourite on the channel. But now it is going to be in the hands of Nagasau. Like I mentioned, now it is a nice one here for Fiji, just inside of the 22. Naimasi doing nicely. Getting close. Currently now hanging on to it, 25 metres out. It looks like a nice set play. Ripi Aluna sells straight through the middle. And Fiji go bang. And they score the very first try of the match. I guess this is probably a decent time for you, isn't it, Sebastian, now that I think about it? You're probably late afternoon, aren't you? That's probably not too bad of a time. I think a lot of New Zealand has gone to sleep. I'll be honest, it's 4 a.m. here. But the action is certainly going to continue to run out throughout the whole night. But Ripi Aluna Sau does end up getting a beautiful offload straight into her hands. Went straight through the gap. And the thing is, Australia, they're missing a couple of the players that they normally would like to have in their squad. The same can be said about Fijiana. So it's all about trying to rotate your stock, see who's going to be in there for your World Cup squad. Fiji, they are 7-0 up now after only a minute and a half. But Ripi Aluna Sau doing nicely, 7 p.m. As you know, any time is ideal for Seb. It certainly is. Are you excited for, I guess I've realised it's like 12 hours time, isn't it? And then we're back up, rearing to go for Super Rugby again. So my eyelids are going to be heavy tomorrow, I would think, but hopefully it does go right. I was thinking tomorrow was Sunday, which I guess in a way it kind of is since it's 4 a.m. on Saturday morning. But yeah, it's going to be weird over the next little while. I think I've got like a 5-hour nap after about 4 more live streams tonight, and then we're into it. Now down the wing, trying to find a bit of space. Dom Detoy goes off to Charlotte Kaslik, who's really going to need to step up in this game, finds the offload. I think if Faith Nathan gets the ball quite often, that will be very useful for the Australians. But now going to be using the back line. Dominic Detoy, in fact, it's Madison Levi right near the touchline. She is going to be wrestled down by Aluna Sau. And also it was Naimasi still hanging on to it. 40 metres out now for Australia. Some back across, Faith Nathan involved in this one. Charlotte Kaslik uses her step and she goes through. She's got base, ball on the outside. And now Dominic Detoy, one more on the outside. And it's the try there for Australia. And Tia Hines has been able to get a new player for the Australians. And now they have been able to get straight back and score themselves a try. That's the thing. You cannot underestimate this Australian side. They are number 1 for a reason. Takes one line break, and they are able to make their way straight through. And they did cause a very big impact there for being able to make their way straight through the gap. But Charlotte Kaslik did end up going straight off the hands. I think that was Nakothi who just got half a finger to it, but it wasn't enough of one to stop it from finding the pass to Tia Hines. And she was able to get the 5 points for Australia. It's going to be a tough kick, though. There's plenty of height on it, plenty of height, not enough distance. So now the score will remain at 7 points to Fiji and 5 to Australia. So I guess, Sebastian, as well, of the games that we have got coming up with South Africa versus Spain, Samoa versus Ireland, New Zealand versus USA, which of those three is your most, I guess, excited face for? That was a weird way of wording it. What one are you most excited for? It's a better way of putting it. And also, we have got Gareth in the chat. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. I assume you are looking forward to South Africa's game up against Spain, perhaps. But now Charlotte Caslick, she's got the ball once again. Going to be trying to step her way through. That was a bit of rush defense from the Fijiana side. Now Faith Nathan passing it back across into the hands of the try scorer, Tia Hines. They are getting forced backwards at the moment here. And also, I should mention the World Rugby YouTube channel stream is available again. I swear it wasn't for the last two locations. It's very weird, isn't it? That, like, sometimes they're like, yeah, it's all right, we'll put it up there. Because I saw they've actually got a list of all the countries that's available in now on their World Rugby YouTube channel. So it's as if, or on their website, I should say. So it's as if they couldn't work out how it happened. And then now they've worked it out or something. I don't know what the plan is, but I'm just glad that it is available for people to be able to watch for these games. And the Sharks game, whoop, in there as well, says Gareth. Yeah, Sharks versus Ulster. We are also covering that one on the channel. That looked relatively forward from Charlotte Caslick, and they are going back for the penalty. Oh, sorry, not the penalty, for the scrum feed in favour of Fijiana. Heads up, you got to yell out to her, and she just would have gotten smacked in the back of the head with it. I think she didn't really care, though. In that case, if it happened for Nagasau. Time off. It's happening now. We got subs. Yeah, we are. Australia actually making a sub already. And it is going to be Demi Hayes making her way out there. So does that mean Australia, either they've got an early injury or they're a little bit nervous? And it looks like, I think that was Sarah or Soraya Parky going off the field, if I'm not wrong. So I don't know what the go was there. And also versus Sharks and All Blacks versus Eagles Sevens look the shiniest to me. Says Sebastian there as well. Yeah, they should be some very exciting ones. And also, alongside that, I think Ireland versus Samoa. Since Samoa, they were able to win their first game relatively comfortably, and Ireland were able to beat South Africa, which was a huge one for them. So that will be an intriguing one in the middle as well. I don't even know what order we've got. I think next it's South Africa, Spain, isn't it? And then after that, Ireland, Samoa. Then after that, New Zealand, USA. Then about 30 minutes off, and then URC. And then after that, Fiji versus Wales. That's a penalty to Australia, taking the quick tap now. And unfortunately for Fiji, when they had the scrum feed, they needed to make the most of it, but weren't quite able to do so. Now as it is in the hands of the number 8, Madison Ashby, trying to go straight through. There are a lot of Madisons in this Australian side, but now Dominic Dutoit goes out into the hands of Madison Levi, and she will be scoring the try now for the Australians. And she has now got another one for Australia. They take the lead in this match, and a very happy Lily Dick on the sideline. As I said, well done, Madison Levi. That is her third try for Toulouse at this current point in time. And also bloody nailed the order. Well done, mate. Says Sebastian there as well. But yeah, I know that when we get to the quarterfinals and semi-finals, that's going to be when the order gets muddled. Like in terms, I'll try and work them out as we go and hope for the best. I've got a lot of thumbnails to make over the next kind of 24 hours just for like random fixtures that will pop up, because of course we don't know who's going to be playing who up until just ahead. And also we're enjoying spending Jay-Z money this side of the world. And there says Gareth, we're enjoying spending Jay-Z money this side of the world. I feel like I should understand that reference, but I have no idea what that means, Gareth. Is Jay-Z quite a rich man, is he? I know he's a rapper or singer. No, rapper. I think he's a rapper. But Jay-Z, they have got the cock-a-doodle-doo going at the ground, which means it is now going to be the last play of the half. Down the wing, Fijiana seeing whether or not they can try and get themselves over the try line maybe one more time in this match before we get to the second half. Nagasau goes back across. It looks like a bit of a... Oh, now it's starting to open up, and all it takes is Ripia Lunasau to decide that she wants to go. And Charlotte Caslick, I don't think she's going to be able to catch her. And Ripia Lunasau, she's just jogging it in. And that's going to be the try for Fijiana. Almost. Oh, she took it a little bit long there. And she does manage to get it for Ripia Lunasau. And this game will now be in favour of the Fijiana women's side going into the second half. She Done very nicely there. It's a missed tackle from Demi Hayes, who smacked her face very hard on the ground. And this ground does not look very soft at all. In fact, she ate a boot, which probably is worse than eating the grass, I would think. The reason that cows do eat grass in the paddocks rather than eating people's shoes. Just saying, grass is a lot nicer on the stomach, I would think. There was a kid at our school who used to eat grass. It's a bit strange, really, when you think about it. But this stage now, it is going to be 14 points to Fiji and 12 to Australia. So doing very nicely in the early stages of this match. Fiji taking some deep breaths now. Do cows have 4 stomachs, or is that sheep that have 4 stomachs? One of them have got a few stomachs. I think it's cows, more than likely. I feel like it's because I'm seeing this green grass next to me and just thinking of how good it would be to have some stock feed on it. Of course, New Zealand. Might say also the Sharks' new owners somehow ROC Nation is involved. We signed a Madosh Tumbwe as well. Yeah, well, that's a decent signing. Madosh Tumbwe, that's the thing. At the moment, he's still in that very early stage of, he does get quite a few, I guess you could say, a few handling errors that he does end up having. But hopefully it does improve over the next couple of seasons for bloody vegetarians, eh? Leave some of these people are willing to go. It's the thing. It's an interesting choice to eat grass. The thing is, though, I know that this is going to sound like a terrible statement, but I don't think he completely had his head screwed on, because I think he's now a registered sex offender. So there's that, isn't there? So I guess that's just a great bit of advice. Don't eat grass, because you never know what will happen and what it does to your insides. It took a dark turn, didn't it? For half-time, but it is currently 4:15 a.m., so random things are going to end up coming out. But currently Fiji, they are sitting 14 points to 12 up at this stage. And also, wait, who? Not Madosh Tumbwe. He's fine. He's fine. The guy who ate grass at my school. I should clarify. Kid who ate grass at school now isn't allowed near primary schools, I guess, is the thing. But now it is going to be going up high and coming back down just on the side of Fiji. He made the list on allegiance, Sebastian. And there's it now. It is going to be down the wing for Fijiana, hanging onto this ball, trying to get themselves over the try line. 1 or 2 more times in the SARS would be very useful. And that's a great run forward from, I believe it was Donu. Now, a little flick off from Ripi Aluna-Sau. And anytime she's involved in a play, it's going to be definitely a dangerous time. Ripi Aluna-Sau, she almost went through. But Madison Ashby able to tie her up now. Donu with another attacking run. Fiji hanging on to this ball very nicely for the start of the second half. Just trying to find that gap. It isn't quite opening up as of yet. Good work on the ground from Australia, and actually stolen clean without even winning the penalty. Now inside of their 22, it is going to be Tia Hines, goes across to Demi Hayes. Charlotte Kessler tries to back herself. She has gotten tackled. Still inside of the 22. They need to be careful here, Australia, and not throw it too far back, or else they could be in some trouble. It looks like it's going to be the inside ball. No, instead, Faith Nathan does back herself down the wing. It's going to be a foot race, and it looks like Faith Nathan will be able to win that foot race, and that will give Australia the lead. Also, we got there. Who's the kiddie for this? Says Gareth, the guy who ate grass at my school, like way back in the day. Random kid ate grass, and yeah, not Madosh Tumbwe. I should clarify, not Madosh. Madosh, I mean, the only ball that he fiddles with is a rugby one. That sounded really bad. That was nicely done by Faith Nathan. Was able to back the pace. It's 27 degrees at the moment at the ground, and it is certainly hot at this point in time. But Demi Hayes, she will be looking to possibly get herself a try in the later stages. She's already eaten a boot. Wouldn't mind going over the try line. Now Australia lining up this kick, and it does go over. So now the score is going to be 19 points to Australia and 14 to Fiji. So this makes me, I guess, a little bit nervous for Fiji, because they've never beaten Australia on the Sevens circuit. So this will be an absolutely monumental win. We had that one kid who ate grass, didn't we, says Gareth? And there, yeah, it just seemed to be that thing that some kid did. For some reason, I don't understand the logic behind it personally. I would have thought grass wouldn't taste that nice. That's going to be a very sweet try for Fiji. And it is going to be Nakofi. They will not catch her now. And that's going to be the try back for Fiji. This game is a seesaw battle. And, Tia Hines isn't too happy. She said a word starting with F, and it wasn't friend for that one. But Fiji, that's another word starting with F. I chose not to eat grass as a child, but smoke it as an adult. And there's Sebastian. Yeah. I guess it's a full loop around, isn't it? This was a nice run from Nakofi. She ended up having plenty of pace. I was worried she was going to do a hammy at one point there because it looked like her legs were just about to give out from underneath her, but luckily she was able to dig deep enough, and now the score will be 21-19 in favour of the Fijiana side. They have been able to now give themselves a nice lead, and that is very favourable for them going into the last kind of 4 or so minutes, which this match, for me, it's felt like a lot longer, which I'm loving, because I feel like any match that feels longer than it is a lot better than those that seem to fly by in the first couple minutes. But Nakothi scored 3.5 minutes left, and Fijiana have got themselves a lead, kicking off long, trying to go for the touchline, but it's going to be taken nicely inside of the 22. Now Charlotte Kessel's going to have to turn up that world-class play that she normally is able to. Now a lot of pressure. Fiji putting pressure on Lily Dick. She has been wrestled down inside of the 22. Now going back across. 3-on-2 here for Australia, but now passing it out wide to Faith Nathan, looking for that pass on the inside. Doesn't quite find it, but she goes through again. And Faith Nathan, it's a foot race, and the Fijiana side have decided they won't be able to catch her, and she has had a blinder today. It's another one for the Australians, and just taking some time to wait to put the ball down. I don't think Fiji will mind that too much. They wouldn't mind a little bit of a breather there as well. Like I mentioned, it's hot there at the moment. But Toulouse is going to be definitely turning it up for the next couple of days. And shame we had a weirdo Jehovah's Witness guy as well. He ended up failing of off-table mountain, says Gareth there. I know that we had, speaking of weird things to eat during school, I know that someone ate a lot of crayons, and I could never understand why. And this was in year 4, so about years maybe 7, 8-year-olds, and they just couldn't get enough of them. Their mum had to keep on buying them new stationery because all of a sudden, she's run out of crayons again. Okay, Faith Nathan, she is off the field now. Bloody hell, the famous Cape Town Mountain. And there's Sebastian, but Faith Nathan at the moment tying with Michaela Blyde for the most tries scored throughout the Sevens competition, taken nicely by Fiji. A lot of pressure being applied, but Lily Dick misses the tackle, which is something that Australia certainly cannot afford for the later stages of this game. Only a minute and a half left, and they are going to force backwards here. Fijiana, they've got to try and find a gap, and they haven't been able to do so just as of yet. But now, with a wide cutout pass, waiting for that ball to sit up, it's Ripia Lunasau. Now goes out. One more on the outside. This is going to be a foot race. Charlotte Keslick, brilliant technique in the tackle. And because of it, she's straight on the ball, and she wins the penalty for Australia. And just to put the icing on the cake, she's going to take the quick tap and go for it herself. Now trying to make her way through, finds the offload, and that turnover from Keslick could have been the difference between a win and a loss here for Australia. Now Shani Williams breaking through 3 tackles, and Keslick, she reaps the rewards, and she does manage to get that try. Also, you went hiking and fell off in there as well, says Gareth. That is 40 seconds left in the game now. That is 4 for Charlotte Keslick in Toulouse. At the moment, it's cutting up pretty rough outside, I do hear. There's rain. It's a little bit of wind. Well, quite a bit of wind, actually. At the moment, but nicely done by Charlotte Keslick. She got straight over the ball and managed to link up with Shani Williams, another very experienced player in this Australian side. It was very nicely done. And now Australia, you'd have to say that will possibly be the win for them in this match. But the next match that has taken place, it is going to be South Africa taking on Spain, and that will be kicking off in only a very, very short moment, ladies and gentlemen. Only 5 seconds left here in the match, and Charlotte Keslick going off, and slightly more somber chat than I had expected, says Sebastian. Although that's the thing, when it's a quiet late night live stream, you never know what's going to be said. You know, you might get something to do with rugby. You might get something to do with crayons or grass or Charlotte Keslick. You know, you never know what it's going to be. But now, 6 seconds left in this game. Then we are switching straight over to South Africa taking on Spain, which should be a very exciting game, and it will be the first game of the men's that is coming back. But now it looks like Fiji are trying to get themselves a try at the end of this game just to get them a little bit further back into this contest and create that points differential just a little bit nicer. But now nice ball going off Fiji, wrestled down, trying to get that one loose, and it's nicely done in the end by, I believe it was the number 13, Tegan Levi, and it becomes a penalty in favour of Fijiana. They want to take the quick tap, and they do just that. Now it will be Ripia Lunasau. Goes back across. This looks like it could be opening up in the midfield now for the Fijians. They're up to halfway, and a good attack and run from Naimasi. Now wide card out pass from Ditavatu, I believe it is. I'm not wrong, or Vuta. Ditavutta, I think it is. And also we're talking about the weird kid in school, and also while I'm back from the house, or in the house, as in my actual house, says Flish, and that's a welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Are you going to be watching the matchup taking place between the two URC sides in Ulster and the Sharks? Do let me know what time is it there. We are currently sitting 4:30 a.m. in the morning, so I guess it's a nice, calm time of the evening. Everyone is asleep. It's going to be nicely done by, I believe it was Jesse Southwell. And Shani Williams look like they want one more try. No, they don't. They kick in into touch, and that will be the end of this match. So we will be transferring straight over to South Africa versus Spain, and I will see you all in a very short moment.